Welcome back. All right, so there's enough time in between the first and second period of the late games for me to do the recap of the early games, and a bit of a surprise in this one. I have actually decided to have Gritty saying something, which is no Bedard for us. It feels like Philly's winning is taking them out of the Bedard conversation, which if you're a Flyers fan and you'd rather be in the playoff conversation, great. But if you want to be in the Bedard conversation, it might be a little bit frustrating. That being said, this was a very solid overall game. All right, so we're gonna start off talking about this one. It was Kemper versus Hart. Frost fires one wide, early chances for the Flyers. Ovechkin's denied from his spot on a press, and it really is a matter of he does have his spot, and there are teams that are able to deal with it, and there are usually teams that don't. That's how you get to 809 goals. Frost fires one wide on a rush. The shots are 3 apiece at 4.5 minutes. Caps press at 6 minutes. She's denied. Then there's a power play for the Flyers, and they score on it. It takes 13 seconds. It's Lawton from D'Angelo and Tippett at 7:26, and he blasted it. So Lawton with his 10th of the season. Orlov then had a screenshot that was saved as the Caps press. The shots are 8-4 in favor of Washington 9 minutes in, which I didn't think was entirely indicative of the chances and of the play. Ovechkin's then denied on a breakaway as Carter Hart had a really good game tonight. Flyers press, that draws them a power play. Konechny, Farabee have shots that are saved. Cates fires one wide. His next chance was held. That power play is killed off by Washington. York's denied as the Flyers press after. Delorier has a tip shot that's saved. There's more pressure. Flyers really, honestly, have turned this around. They've done a complete 180 from how they were playing a few weeks ago. Konechny has a rush chance held. Hayes is denied in close. Flyers with the momentum. The Caps press with 2.5 minutes left, and eventually they tie it. It's Hathaway from Jensen and Dowd at 19:06. He buries it in close on a rush chance, and then the Flyers answer. And this is the big difference between the Flyers earlier in the season and now. At 19:27, it's Konechny from Farabee. Good forecheck by Farabee, and Konechny wires it. So that's a 10-game point streak for Travis Konechny. So we're going to the second period with the score 2-1 Philly. Konechny's robbed on a 2-0. The puck's held there. Also a good game tonight for Kemper. Tippett's then denied on a 3-on-1. The Caps turning it over. Too many odd man rushes in this one as well. Flyers press at 2.5 minutes. Delorier's denied. Eller has a shot saved as the Caps get some pressure of their own. Konechny was then denied on a face-off win for for Philly in the Capital Zone. Sanheim breaks up a net feed to Ovechkin. Caps are getting some odd man rushes, a little bit of momentum. Then Allison can't bury one in close. Delorier fires one high on a rush. Tippett was denied as the Flyers get some pressure of their own. Flyers have a 3-on-2 that's defended, but they press afterwards. D'Angelo breaks up a 2-on-1, so D'Angelo with some nice defensive play there. Sherry then has a shot that deflects out. Flyers get a power play. It cycles, cleared out. Hayes has a chance that's held. That power play was killed off. Kuznetsov fires one wide while Hart was without a stick. They had a little bit of pressure there. Could not get a goal. So we're going to the third period. The score remains 2-1 for Philadelphia. Van Riemsdyk's denied on a rush chance, and I have to mention it's James Van Riemsdyk since both teams have a Van Riemsdyk on them. Ovechkin with a near miss thanks to Konechny. So Konechny tips that puck just a little bit, and, that goal doesn't go in. Shots are 2-1 for the Caps at 4 minutes, and then on a rush, Tippett fires a top shelf, and Van Riemsdyk with the assist at 5:31. Caps, they press. That draws them a power play. During the power play, it's a shorthanded marker on a turnover and a 2-on-1. Konechny scores from Lawton and Provorov at 7:28. What's happening? It's 4-1 in favor of Philadelphia. The Flyers did finish the kill, which is important. Dowd's then denied on a turnover, but then Provorov has a brain fart. And it's one of those things where you wonder, did the guy ask for the puck? Like, there's times where a player will, tap the ice, call, hey, right here, wide open, and the player blindly passes to him. I don't know what it was, but Johansson buries it at 9:18, and suddenly you could feel the wheels might start falling off here. The Flyers get a power play. The Capitals did kill it off. There were no shots. And then Oshie scores from Backstrom and Favari at 14:42. So suddenly it's a one-goal game. D'Angelo has a shot that's saved. Sanheim has a blast that's held as the Flyers press. The goalie's pulled with 1 minute and 45 seconds left. With 1:19 left, the Flyers get a power play. 40.2 seconds left. The Caps call a timeout after the goaltender's been pulled. in order for the Caps to have it 5-on-5. But Konechny would get the empty netter from Lawton at 1947. That's the hat trick. It's the second hat trick of his career. It's technically a power play goal as well, right? So the final score is 5-3. The Flyers improved to 17-18-7. The Capitals 23-15-6 with the loss. The shots in this one, 15-10 Philly in the first, 12-8 Philly in the second, 11-9 Washington in the third. Final shots, 36-29 for the Flyers. Power plays, Washington 0-for-1, Philadelphia 2-for-6. Hits, 29-28 for Philly. Kemper saves 31 out of 35. Hart saves 26 out of 29. So, yeah, both goalies I thought had a good game, but in the end, the Flyers win it. And they're kind of pulling themselves back into the hunt. I didn't think that was going to happen, but here we are. All right, next up, Nashville and Toronto. So to end out this early games recap, we're going to talk about Saros versus Murray. Murray is having quite the season. The Toronto goaltending that a week ago, there was a lot of talk about, well, maybe they're not good enough. Suddenly the goaltending's good enough. Anyways, Nylander has a wraparound that's held. The shots are 4-0 for Toronto at a minute and a half. So, wow. Power play for the Leafs. The Preds don't let them set up. There was a shorthanded McDonough shot. That was saved. Jankowski clear ends it. No shots. So they were better shorthanded than they were 5-on-5 early in the game. Checks out. So the shots are 5-4 for the Preds at 4.5 minutes, as they've had their chances now. Leafs press at 6 minutes. Tavares has a shot that saved. Nylander was robbed on a breakaway. Absolutely beautiful breakaway for him. Doesn't go in. Leafs press at the half, but Hunt ends up taking a penalty. Offensive zone penalties can be killers. And Nino Riders denied in close. Both goalies sharp in this one. Engvall has a rush chance deflect out. Liljegren has a tip that's saved as the Leafs press. Power play, of course, being killed off. And then Tavares scores from Nylander and Liljegren at 16:54 to put the Leafs on the board. Buried in close, it was a really nice play by Nylander to set it up. So after one period, it's 1-0 in favor of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Second period, near miss for Bunting, early jump for Toronto, but Forsberg outweights Murray and roofs it. Or buries it, I should say. So he gets Murray to move and then puts the puck behind him. Parson and Duchesne with the assists at 1:46. Ekholm has a shot deflect wide as the Predators are seeking the lead in this one. Pressed by the Leafs at 6 minutes. Near miss by Tavares as well. Leafs get a power play. The Preds shot blocking. They clear it out. That was killed off. One shot due to what was a really solid penalty kill in this case. McMahon then had a net feed that was cleared. The Preds rush. McMahon in his debut, not bad. Desharnais, who's in his debut for the Oilers so far, not bad either. So, and they were teammates in the ECHL as well. Granlund with a turnover chance, that's blocked. Riley has a shot that's saved as the Leafs press. The shots are 4 apiece with 7.5 minutes left, which is a little deceiving. The shots on net were really quite good. Aston Reese with a wraparound, that was blocked. The Leafs go back to the power play. Preds don't let them set up early. Marner fires one wide. Brief cycle. Preds clear it out. They kill that off. Just the one shot allowed. So really good penalty killing there. Pressed by Nashville with 3 minutes left. Things get pushy after a hold by Murray. Pretty tight game at this point. Like, not a ton of really good chances. Riley has a shot blocked in the last minute. His next chance was held. And at the horn, they push back and forth because I don't like your face. I don't like your face. You know, that kind of stuff. Third period. Score 1-1. Early press by Nashville. The shots are 4-2 for the Preds at 3 minutes. Good back and forth 5 minutes into it. The Leafs forecheck, but Nashville rushes. Murray has to hold on there. Pressed by the Leafs at 6.5 minutes. Saros holds. Yossi then has a chance to deflect out. We get a power play for Nashville. Parsonen's denied. Novak has a rebound chance. That's held. The Leafs clear it out. And then Nino drops Kempf without a call. We can have the debate about whether or not it should have been. Sure, why not? But there was no call there. The ref is informed that he sucks as the Leafs do finish that kill. Liljegren's denied as the Leafs press. Sandin has a rush chance that's held. And then there's a high stick on Morgan Riley, which draws blood, which means it's a 4-minute power play for Toronto with 4:22 left. Nylander has a shot that's held. Preds really aggressive penalty kill. They did very well until at 18:45, it is Marner who ends this from Nylander and Tavares on the power play. So that puts the Leafs up 2-1. Less than a minute left in the double minor. The goalie gets pulled on the face-off as Nashville knows they need to press for the tie. 39.3 seconds left. The Preds call a timeout. With 23.7 seconds left, the Leafs ice it. However, they hold on. They win this one 2-1. So Nashville drops to 19-15-6 with the loss. Not a bad loss for them. For Toronto with the 2-1 win, they're 26-9-7. Not too shabby. And both teams play again tomorrow. Shots in this one, 15-10 Toronto in the first, 7 apiece in the second, 15-13 Nashville in the third. Final shots 35-32 for Toronto. Power plays 0-2 for Nashville, 1-5 for Toronto. Hits 36-25 for Nashville. Sorrow saves 33 out of 35. Murray saves 31 out of 32. And there you go. Pretty good games. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.